Good morning. Carpless at the moment. This is the time. The time is now, and all the traps are perfectly set. Assuming I haven't been turned over in the night, but it was very quiet, no liners, didn't hear any fish crash, but really been waiting for this time, the dawn period. It's when the bites have been coming over the last couple of months. Usually on most lakes during the summer, that's the time. So I'm here with a cup of tea. It's chilly, the weather's changed quite a lot, but it feels good. And the dawn vigil is always an exciting time to be up. I'm just going to sit here by this rod that's flicked up against the side of this island. It's my banker spot. Let's see what happens. Well, I've had a single tiger nut in a spot right in the edge here. It's actually been down there for quite a while. Not seen a fish here since yesterday. I was just peering over the bush watching what was going on. A fish came in, just caught a glimpse of his tail and must have hooked himself straight away. And he's just darted into the weed in front of me. He's not too far out. You can see the weed bed moving back towards me. I'm on my trusty little 6-foot war rod for up close and personal situations. I'm hoping and praying the fish is still on. There's a lot of weed drifting towards me. And this little 6-foot rod is a bit undergunned for towing half a tonne of weed, but half a tonne of weed and hopefully a carp. That was so exciting, so instant, out of nothing. I was just contemplating a move. You know, the swim looked dead, I've hardly seen a fish. And then this just bolted off on against a really tight clutch. I just couldn't stop it, straight into the weed. And as soon as he hit that wall of weed, he stopped, put the brakes on. So there's the leader. Is he going to be still there? Oh, come on. I think, I hope, try and get the net right under the whole thing. And let's see what we got. Come on. Come on. I don't know whether I've got a fish or not. I'm going to open up the clutch just in case he's on and he goes crazy. Lay the rod down, try and strip this weed away. Yes, there's still a fish here. Come on. Oh, I've got him in the net and all the weed. Look at that. Unbelievable. There's no way I can even begin to lift the net with all this. Well, you can see there, look, there's the back of a carp in the net, safely in the net. A mid 50 pound of weed probably, maybe 100 pound. I've got to clear some of this away from the draw cord so I can even think about lifting the net. I've got a wet muddy foot, but I don't care, I've got a carp. Well, there you go, guys. I've got to sort this mess out, but that is a carp in the net, and it's one that's come whilst I felt I was staring defeat in the face. All my optimism of last night was pretty much crushed, and the fish seemed to have disappeared. Anyway, I've been stood by this tree all morning, watching and watching, and that's the thing, you know, when you're doing this kind of fishing, you've got to be on your rod when you're weed fishing. You've got to fish with a tight clutch. You don't want the fish to go very far. This fish, literally, it travelled no more than 2 rod lengths throughout the course of the battle. And strength is the most important thing. You know, I've got 20 pound subline on, and I've got a drop off lead, very, very important. So if you fish strong, then you should be all right. The key is not to let the fish take too much line. You're fishing in weed. You see a lot of people at night fishing in weedy lakes, and they'll zip the bivvy door down, they'll have a load of looseness on their clutch, so the fish sometimes can take 20, 30 yards before they even got to the rod. Further it goes in weed, the less chance you've got of landing it. So fish tight. I'll lock it right up so you just pull, and just as the line begins to come off, as the rod begins to move. So it really has to work. This guy's just having a breather. He's completely fine there. He's immersed in water. I'm going to strip this weed away. We'll get him on the mat and see what we caught. I don't think it's very big, but I don't care at the moment. Okay, good angling practice, guys. Wherever you're fishing, get everything ready before you get the fish out, so you're not faffing around while it's lying on the mat. I'm going to wet the sling now, use that to wet the mat, zero the sling, get everything ready to weigh the fish. He's a little bit bigger than I thought. It might be over 20 pounds. It's a lovely black carp. So I'll get everything ready and we'll have a look at him. Now that's what I'm talking about. They don't come much better than that in my book. Old, black, gnarly, pretty angry too. But who can blame him? I'm sorry I've upset your morning, mate. Just under 19 pounds, North Lake mirror carp, single balanced tiger nut in the edge. I'll show you that rig later on the 6-foot rod, which allows me to get right in these tiny little places. It's not snaggy or dangerous, it's just a lot easier than wielding a 12-foot rod. And I never travel without it. So this is the fruit of my work. Just when I was at the bottom of depression, thinking nothing was going to happen, Simon and I have been texting each other, and this fella came along. So let's hope we can make another chance. But you know, it saved the blank. That's the main thing, because we could easily have blanked here. So I'm going to go back to the swim and reassess things. In the meantime, I'm going to send this little fella on his way. Over the moon with that. Oh yeah.